Greetings, YouTube. I'm a person that has vivid dreams. Um, I have dreams which are lucid on many occasions, and they are often very cinematic with beginnings, middles, and ends, or very close to ends. I usually can figure out where a dream is going, even if I wake up before it finishes. And frequently, my dreams end up here on my channel as RPG ideas, which I then share with the world. But I've noticed over time that I often use the same locations, the same sets, if you will, just like a movie studio does. So if I'm going to dream about, pardon me, a grammar school, it's the same grammar school. It's kind of a version of the one I went to myself, but not exact. If I want to dream in someone that's in the freshman or junior high, I dream about the same one. It's kind of like the one I went to when I was in junior high, but not quite. Interestingly, I don't actually dream about high school very often. Not sure why. If I dream about a mall, it's always the same mall, with the same layout, with the same stores. And the pet store is always the same. I used to work at a pet store, but the one in my dream, again, is slightly different. The one thing I don't dream of identically every time is work. Because actually, when I have my work dreams, it's almost always because it's some form of anxiety going on there. Some kind of anxiety in my life, which is why I'm having a work dream. And the one consistent thing with them is they're always some relation to a place I work currently or I have in the past, but there's also something different. I had one horrible dream not long ago where I actually was living in a different location, but I had a press in my home, like a press to make seals and gaskets. That was terrifying. And I have these same locations. Like there's two comic stores I visit, one of which is based off of the comic book store which existed in Manchester on Elm Street at one time, which is long gone. And then there's one which has, to the best of my knowledge, no bearing whatsoever on a place I've ever been. But I could probably draw the floor plan for you. I know it so well. And what I'm intrigued about is how often do other people do the same thing? Is every one of your dreams in a new location? Do you have a bigger dream budget than I am? Or is it just that I'm kind of the Roger Corman of dreaming, that I use the same locations over and over again? I don't know how common this is. And I don't know if it means anything or it doesn't mean anything. Or is it because I like to build details into stuff, so I'm kind of honing those places and they're getting better and better over time? Because there is some slight variation, but it is almost like I'm tweaking the setting to suit something. Sometimes I'm tweaking it a little to set a specific dream, but sometimes it seems like I really am trying to make it just a better version of what it is. So I am intrigued to see how many people out there, like me, dream about the same places over time. Or do you always have original sets? So let's talk about dreams and the locations inside them, and whether or not I am just really cheap when it comes to sets.